Thank you very much for staying with us, everyone. Nigeria's political landscape is once again under intense scrutiny as tensions between Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike take center stage. What began as internal disagreements within the People's Democratic Party has now escalated into a full-blown political brouhaha, deepening the party's internal crisis. The Makinde-Wike face-off is not only exposing long-standing fault lines within the PDP, but also raising fresh questions about party unity, leadership, and the future of opposition politics in Nigeria. As accusations and counter-accusations continue to fly, concerns are growing over the implications for governance and democratic stability. We're supposed to listen to Governor Seyi Makinde and for what he had to say during the media rally. And just going back to what he said, he was speaking about the crisis that has also led to expulsions and deep divisions across party lines, with prominent figures caught in the crossfire. One of them is former Ekiti State Governor Fayose, who was recently suspended, or expelled rather, by the Makinde faction of the party. Is with me on the program tonight as we take a closer look at the roots of the Makinde-Wike dispute, his expulsion, the wider PDP crisis, and its implications for Nigeria's democracy. Joining me for this conversation is former Governor of Ekiti State, Fayose. Good evening to you, sir. Compliments of the season. Thank you for joining us on Politics Tonight.
Thank you very much.
It's been 2 years since we last had a conversation. How are you today, sir?
And good evening, Nigerians.
Right. So, before we get into local politics, let me take you up on the developments in Nigeria's security sector. U.S. President Donald Trump confirms big numerous airstrikes on terrorist camps in Sokoto from warship. And the federal government also has cited structured intelligence cooperation, and War Secretary has thanked Nigeria for support. What's your perspective on this?
Well, a nation that is not secured is no nation. Whether the challenges are in the north, in the south, in the east, or in the west, security comes first. That is why you see when they do budgets, when they fix budgets, the amount of budget they fix in terms of security are quite huge because the people matter. Security of the people is all that matters. So let me equally express appreciation to God that an event where we have an intervention that can take care of ISIS and related organizations who will not allow us to sleep. For America and for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team, I read in the media space that there were no casualties, but there were intense effort to hit on the ISIS and related organizations, which is to me a welcoming development beyond a Christian and a Muslim dichotomy that was painted. Today, I saw residents who gladly said there were no casualties, but the actions of the American government impacted more on the ISIS. This is a welcome development. Anything that can take you to that junction of being secured. We've been in this for too long. And I want to say here that it's a welcome development for us to be at peace. If they can take out these elements, the country will be.
All right. But there are concerns that this may likely threaten our sovereignty as a nation. Are these concerns valid?
Those are all sentiments. You know, Nigeria, when there are issues, they will go into sentiments rather than the real issues. So for me, nobody has come. There's no way Americans will know you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. There's no way. So it's not targeted at Muslim communities or Christian communities. It was targeted at the enemies of Nigeria, encroaching on our borders, taking over our country. So it is welcoming. It is a good development. And I want to say to you, No nation, not even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will want to compromise this nation for Christians, whereas he is a Muslim, and cannot equally compromise for Muslims, whereas he's a Muslim. So what is important is to eliminate these elements for the good of Nigeria.
All right, before we move on to local politics, finally, what do you say to the Bola Tinubu administration about taking charge internally? Yes, foreign support is important, it's needed at this point, but what do you say to this administration about taking charge and ending this crisis internally?
May I say to you, it is not an easy thing to govern this country. This country is founded on too many sentiments. I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm from the north, I'm from the south, I'm from the east. No Nigerian president or any in our history has achieved putting this country on the right path in terms of sentiment. What I expect of a president is to continue to do his best. The president didn't shy away that. The government did not shy away from the fact that the actions of the American government to hit on the ISIS were not known to them. They confirmed the fact that as long as this is hitting on the enemies of Nigeria, whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, you must welcome anything that can take out the Boko Harams of this world, the ISIS of this world. We won't sleep if they're still there. Right. So as much as possible, so far, so good.
All right. Thank you, Governor Fayose. That's like the most important story out there today. So it was important to get your perspectives on it. So let's move on to